Hey, Coach Katie here, and as promised, I was going to be back with a protein video talking about whey or vegan protein powders and casein and why do we have them to supplement? Are they okay? What brands should we do? How much should we do? When should we have them? And all the things above. Whey protein is a protein powder that you should have post-workout within 30 minutes. So you work out, strength train. This was me running. Strength training workouts, anytime that you're lifting weights or you're purposely moving your body weight through strength, like you're climbing stairs, that could be strength training if you have more than 20 pounds to lose. You're doing resistance training, your own body moving up a hill. Anytime that you're doing strength training, within 30 minutes after you work out, have a whey protein shake. That's 1 scoop of whey protein in water in a shaker bottle. How much water? I like to fill it to the top. Some people like to only have it halfway. It just depends on preference. Does not matter on the water, but it needs to be in water within 30 minutes after you work out. A scoop of whey protein is about 25 grams of protein. Especially if you get the brand that I recommend, it is 25 grams and you don't have to think about it. You log it in the app and it's going to tell you anyway. 25 grams of protein, a scoop of whey protein in water after you work out within 30 minutes. When should you eat your next meal? Within an hour. So what does that look like? You're going to work out. After you work out, you're going to drink a whey protein shake. The more water that it has, you might like it better. But I promise you, if you choose the brand that I link right here, NutriBio, I'm not sponsored by them. But if you choose NutriBio, it's cleanest. They have full label disclosure, meaning that everything that's in their protein is on the label. And I think it tastes great. And I think some things don't taste good. So if you're someone that's like, I think some things don't taste good, this does taste good. So whey protein, 1 scoop of it after you work out in water. Within an hour, you're having a meal. It could be meal number 1 because you work out in the morning. It could be meal number 2 or 3, just depending on when you work out. But within an hour, you need to have a meal that has a palm size of protein at it. Why? Protein is what boosts metabolism. Protein paired with strength training boosts metabolism. So we strength train, we have our whey protein. Protein gets into our bloodstream, helps us build muscle, helps us boost metabolism. The more muscle that we have, the faster our metabolism is, the faster that we lose weight on the scale and keep it off forever because we have metabolic flexibility, which means that your body keeps burning fat no matter what's going on in life. And that is what you want. So the more protein that you have and the more often that you actually follow the protein recommendations, the faster this happens. And there should be no questions. We just have whey protein after we work out. Okay, and then within an hour, we have a meal. Hey, Katie, wait, I work out and I go right to work afterwards and I don't have time for that food, that meal. Eat it cold. I eat that taco salad. If you watched my own meal prep video, I eat the taco salad, I eat the bison stuff. I eat it cold over salad bags all the time. Rice cold. I just am so busy. So a lot of things happen cold and I get my car detailed often because I eat in the car while I'm driving sometimes. So a meal within 30 minutes. Why? Still, we need that protein in order to boost metabolism because the more muscle that we have, and protein builds muscle, lean muscle, not bulky like Hulk Hogan muscle. I'm talking lean, sexy, toned muscle, the stuff that you want. The more of that you have, the faster your metabolism is, the faster that you lose weight. So we want that. Whey protein after you work out, then the meal. The meal needs to have carbs at it. I personally put a cup of carbs cooked at that meal. So if I was going to have rice, if I was going to have the taco salad thing with rice or sweet potatoes, I would put a cup of it with that meal. That's about 50 grams of carbs. You need more carbs after you work out because carbs, think about it. Carbs are like little cars driving down the street and they're just like, hey, what's going on, everybody? And there's protein just on the side of the street. And the protein's like hitchhiking. And the carb car is just driving, and the carb car is like, oh my gosh, protein. Get in. And all the protein gets in the carb car, and then the carb car drives the protein to the bloodstream, transports the protein, and now we're building muscle faster, that lean, toned, sexy muscle, building it faster because we ate within an hour after working out, plus the whey protein shake. You have to do both. Okay? One last piece to this, and I'm just going to say this for the people that are totally following me and they're like, give me all you got because I want it. If you're not following, you can skip past this. Fats act as a stop sign for the carb car. The carb car is driving and it's like, let me take this protein to the bloodstream. And fats like avocado, olive oil, things like that act as a stop sign. And it's like, not today, carb car and protein, you can't get to the bloodstream. And fats slow down the process of the carbs being able to transport the protein. So what we do post-workout, within an hour after working out, strength training, we limit our fats to less than 5 grams of fat. So don't put avocado on your meal after you work out. Don't make eggs like with yolks after you work out, things like that. Okay, that's whey protein, when to have it and why, plus our meal post-workout. Casein protein is a slow digestive protein meant to keep you full longer, helps sustain metabolism, keeps it boosted and revved. When do we have casein? Casein is a scoop, again, in water, and it's 25 grams if you do NutraBio's brand. Now we've got 50 grams of protein right there. We only have to make up another 100 or so, or 90 in our 3 meals. Like, I was in the sauna one time and someone was like, how does someone get 140 grams of protein? And I'm doing the math in my head and I'm like, I think I get 160 because, to be honest, I do 2 scoops of casein per day. I put 1 in my coffee in the morning because it's so good. And then I do another one before bed. And then I do whey protein, and that's 75 grams of protein from supplements. And then I get another 90 from meals. So whatever that math is a lot of protein. And that's how I get muscle. And that's how I boost my metabolism. And that's how I earn pizza a night per week and ice cream as well. And not have it affect me because it's long-term metabolic sustainability. So back to casein, you want to have that in a scoop of it in water before you go to bed. So like you eat dinner and then after that you have a scoop of casein. 30 minutes later, maybe. If you eat at 7, you go to bed at 9, you can have it at like 8:30. Okay. And you're like, wait, you said you also have it in coffee? Tell me about that. I make a cup of coffee and then espresso. And if it's hot out, and sometimes even if it's cold, I like it blended. I'll do my coffee. I'll put a scoop of casein in with it, the vanilla kind, and I'll put it in the blender with ice and some cold water, and I'll blend it, and it makes me like a frappuccino. And if I do it hot, I will do the same thing. I'll make my coffee. I'll put it in with my coffee, the casein, and I will wand stir it with like a coffee wand. What are they for? It's like a coffee wand. And I'll put hot water in there too so that there's more liquid because the casein gets thick. So I do that in the morning, and then I do casein and water at nighttime. And I just have 2 scoops of it because I'm also in body recomp, which is you don't have weight to lose. You're just changing fat to muscle, and I need more protein personally for me. That's just my coaching for myself. Okay, so your question is going to be, I intermittent fast. I don't like to eat until noon, and I work out at 7. What should I do about the casein or about the whey protein and the meal and all the things, Katie? Okay, you can do the whey protein after you work out. So you work out at like 5. Do the whey protein at 6. You can still fast until noon and have that first meal. There's a principle with fasting. If it's less than a certain amount of calories, that doesn't break the fast. If there's a certain amount of different ingredients, I'm not going to get into all of it, but you can intermittent fast. And meaning if you're not sure what intermittent fasting is and you're like, well, hold up, this is like a brand new thing. Should I be intermittent fasting? If you're seeing results doing what you're doing right now and you like to eat breakfast, don't worry about it. If you don't like breakfast, if you're like, I don't want to eat breakfast. I like to eat at like 11 or 12. And I want to stop eating at like 8 p.m. Intermittent fasting is not a diet. It's not changing your calories. You're just getting it in at a different time in the day. And usually it's because people don't like breakfast. I personally don't like to eat till noon. I feel better when I wait until later to eat. So I start eating at noon. But if you were going to work out in the morning, the principle says that you could have whey protein after you work out in water and you'll be fine. Principle also says that you're still continuing to burn fat through your fasting period, that if you have your meal at that noon-ish time frame, that your body is ready for that and metabolism is ready for that, meaning that the protein will still hop in the carb car and will still get to the bloodstream and will work the same way. But it means that you need to fast for it needs to be like a thing that you typically do. So your body's used to it and ready for it. So if you want to switch to intermittent fasting, and I guess this video is going there, you can fast for 6 of the 7 days, break it 1 day for women. If you've heard that hormonally women shouldn't fast, it's if you're trying to get pregnant or if you're breastfeeding. You should not be fasting. And if you are pregnant, you shouldn't be fasting. Those are the hormonal things that get affected. But otherwise, it's safe if you break the fast 1 day per week to give your body a rest of it. So I just eat pizza late on Fridays and I eat ice cream. And that's just my breaking of the fast. And maybe Sunday mornings I eat early too or something. It's just intuitive for me also. And then 1 second, 1 moment, please. If you want to know also if you should or should not fast, you should ask your doctor if it's okay. If you at all have any health concerns that you feel like a doctor may need to clear you for, these are just my suggestions of fasting, but you need to be cleared if you feel like there's any health concerns to be cleared for. And then also, if you have any history of an eating disorder, I would suggest that we don't intermittent fast. And that might be somewhere where you want to talk about with me personally, and we can go through that and work through that in a different realm and capacity of coaching if you need to. But anyway, this video was mainly about where do we supplement protein, what brands should we use, why do we choose whey protein and casein, and when should we have them, how much, and what kind. I will link NutriBio, and you can get it on Amazon, and if you think it absolutely sucks, you can return it. And then I would not go get a clearance brand, random one at Costco or Target that just you think is because it's on clearance, I should just get it. I would be very careful what brands you choose. I believe NutriBio is the cleanest. The full label disclosure makes it clearly on paper clean. And also Thorne is a really good brand too. There is going to be another video for you to watch on gut health that you'll see from Darren, my husband. He's amazing. He knows all things gut health, and he's going to make a video on some gut health supplements that he would recommend for anybody who is going through XYZ things, and he'll take you through just like a little survey on the video to help you understand if you think you should get those. And otherwise, let me know if you have any questions on protein powders, and I will link NutriBio. You can return it on Amazon if you think it sucks. And you can ask me for a different recommendation. You can say, hey, do you think this one's okay? I'm going to tell you, if you haven't tried NutriBio, I would try that first. And also NutriBio does have a vegan option, so I will post that as well. And you can supplement there if whey bothers you. And one last piece here on whey and casein. In the first week, we're working on just getting 3 full meals of single ingredient foods with a palm size of protein at each, which is about 90 grams of protein, somewhere between 60 and 90, depending on how big you make your palm size and where you're starting from. You can introduce whey protein the first week, and then the next week introduce casein as long as whey protein sits well with your stomach. If casein, after 2 days, you're feeling any symptoms of gut health concerns like IBS, constipation, things like that, your body may not react well to casein, and then we just don't have it. And you just need to supplement with maybe another whey protein shake before bed. And you can ask questions there wherever you have those questions. But again, first week, we don't need to worry about supplementing. And I know you might say, well, wait, what if I just got to my protein goal faster? If I know my protein goal is 140 grams, because that's the 1 pound per goal body weight for me of protein, couldn't I just start eating that tomorrow? I might get there faster. No, do not do that. Your stomach can't handle that. If you're only eating 60 to 70 grams of protein per day right now, and you all of a sudden go up to 140 thinking you'll just speed up the process, it's going to slow you down because your stomach doesn't like it. It's not going to feel good. And then you're going to have to spend a week undoing poor gut health concerns. So slowly do it. The first week, 3 full meals. If you're already doing that, the first week you can add in whey protein. That's fine. Second week, we add in casein. And then by that point, we're starting to work on eating more real food too. And then we've hit our goals. Let me know what questions you have. And I hope that you liked this video, and we'll chat soon.